Hi Vogue, it's Nara Smith. I'm here to show you my everyday skincare routine and makeup look. I usually just splash my face with water in the morning and then I go in with this True Botanicals oil. This is my favorite thing. I started using it 4 years ago when I was pregnant with my first baby. I just do literally 3 drops. I also put my hair back. This is this German moisturizer that I get at a pharmacy. It's called Real. I've also been using this for 10 years. I just put it in this little travel jar. And since I'm on the road almost all the time, I just refill this jar. I have very dry skin. I deal with a lot of eczema. It's usually like on my palms. And then when I get really stressed, it just flares up on my entire face and entire body and scalp. So I just try to keep my skin as moisturized as possible. And then I go in with this eye cream. I do think my bags are hereditary. My mom has really bad eye bags too. So I've just embraced it at this point. Always use a good sunscreen. I never used to do this and I still forget sometimes. I made this sunscreen once when I was on vacation in California for my husband because he burns very easily, and we ran out of sunscreen and I didn't really want to run to the store, so I just made it myself. He didn't get a sunburn that day, so I guess it works. I got dragged on the internet for making some sunscreen. I'm gonna make myself a lip scrub, not a sunscreen today. My mom actually taught me how to make this. She used to make all these different concoctions growing up. We have brown sugar, coconut oil, I have some honey too, and some peppermint essential oil. We're gonna do a little bit of coconut oil, and we'll do about that much of sugar. I never measure my ingredients ever unless I'm baking, so we're just gonna eyeball it. This looks about right. I prefer brown sugar just because the crystals are a lot bigger. So we're also gonna add just a smidge of honey. In the wintertime, I get obsessed with anything that smells like peppermint, so we're gonna do peppermint essential oil. That should probably be enough. Give that a really good mix. Okay, this is what we're left with. I just take a little bit on my finger. It's gonna be messy because the coconut oil is gonna melt, so just be prepared. My lips are so soft after it. Mint tea with lemon and honey is the best thing ever. We're gonna go in with this Laneige lip mask, obviously peppermint. This is all I do for skincare. I'm gonna start with this matte primer. I love products that are just hydrating and dewy. I kind of stay away from matte products. This thing, so good. I used to use the more bronzy one, but now since I feel like I'm a little bit more pale, I prefer this one. In America, people wear a lot more makeup. I think in Germany or Europe, it's a little bit more stripped back, more natural, I guess. You're meant to have fun with makeup. So to me, sometimes I want a really simple, basic look. Sometimes I want to go all out and I just kind of do whatever I feel. A lot of people don't know that I'm actually German, so ich habe 3 Concealer. That's all the German you're getting from me today. I kind of use this one to color correct a little bit. I have 2 different shades of the Hourglass one. I mix them just because my skin is either tan or a little bit more pale, depending on where we are in the year. Oh, hello. I apply my concealer and then I just kind of let it sit so it kind of dries a little bit, which always helps with coverage. In the meantime, I like doing my eyebrows, so I just brush them up. I remember when I was 14 and got scouted by my modeling agency, I had the thinnest brows. And when I send in my tapes, they basically told me to never touch my eyebrows again, and I never did until 10 years later. About a few months ago, I kind of started plucking them a little bit and making them just a little thinner. I don't really like eyebrows looking too blocky. I like them kind of looking a little bit more wispy, but just a little darker, just because my eyebrows can get a little sparse. Rumble, my 4-year-old, she always watches me get ready in the mornings, and she always has to do the whole routine. Like, she needs her blush on, she needs her eyebrows brushed up, she wants all this stuff. The more glitter, the better. I grab my beauty blender and I just spray it with the Fix Plus spray. My kids have no clue what I do, why I do it. Every time I walk down, Rumble just loves my dress. She's obsessed and she says, "Mom, are you cooking for us?" And I say, "Yeah, I am. What are you craving?" Sometimes I spend 7 hours slaving away in the kitchen and they will not touch the meal, even though they asked for it. People always think that I just do it for show, which it's definitely fun getting a rise out of people on the internet, but I actually do cook those meals for my kids. I go in with just a little bit more concealer sometimes if I've had a really rough night. I don't tend to use foundation a lot, but sometimes I do a tiny layer. So I use this one. It's super lightweight, half a pump. Honestly, just rub it in. I like using my hands for makeup sometimes. It just melts into the skin a lot better. My favorite thing I've made recently were the SpaghettiOs. They were so good. I had some too. Something that's just iconic was the bubblegum. Best bubblegum I've ever had in my life. We let it sit and I just blend it out again. I don't like full coverage on my face, but under my eyes, yes please. Lucky feels like makeup suffocates him. Sometimes I ask him, I'm like, "Can I just do your makeup just to like see?" Because he has the longest eyelashes. I put mascara on him once and I couldn't believe they were touching his freaking eyebrows. But he wears makeup on set and he always feels like it's just clogging his skin. So he always just wants to take it off. And before I met him, he told me that he would wash his makeup off in the shower, just with whatever shampoo or shower gel it was, just scrubbing his face. But now I've actually gotten him into the Elemis cleansing balm to take it off, and it's a game changer. The Fenty Matchstick in Mocha, I just kind of contour my nose just a little bit. I take this hourglass brush and I just blend it upwards. I do the smaller hourglass one for my nose. Once I find a makeup product I really like, I use it for years and I always find it the most random way. I was in Sephora one day and just saw that Rihanna came out with these matchsticks and everyone was raving about them. So I bought one and have had it ever since. This is the same one I bought, what, 3 years ago? However many years ago. Okay, Rhode, you really did something with these. Okay, Pocket Blush and Freckle. Oh, I usually don't apply it on my face. I apply it right here and just kind of warm it up. And this is what I'm working with. And then just dab it on my cheeks. I definitely have blush blindness. I just love blush. It's my favorite thing. I also put it a little bit on my nose, kind of just like this. We're gonna do just a smidge more blush. I started cooking a lot of my meals from scratch because I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease and my eczema was flaring up so bad that I could barely function. I couldn't use my hands, and moving from Germany to America, obviously food is a lot different here, and that started my whole journey in cooking things from scratch. But obviously we're busy, we're parents, we order out food sometimes, we go and eat at restaurants, and also cooking meals that are 30-minute meals. I don't spend 7 hours in the kitchen every single day. I tend to set my cream blush with a powder blush. I use my hands a lot when it comes to doing my makeup. I brush off a little and then just use whatever is left to just kind of set. I'm using the Hourglass bronzer, putting that all over my lid. I'm not good with eyeshadow, okay? That's something I cannot do, so I just stick to keeping it very simple. Eyebrow gel. We're gonna set our face with the Fix Plus mascara. I curled my lashes for years, and then one day I was in a rush. I curled my lashes. I opened my lash curler. I look down. All my lashes are in this lash curler. I looked back in the mirror because I couldn't believe it. My lashes were gone on one eye. I threw the lash curler with my lashes in the trash and never got another one. I'm terrified of them. Eyeliner. I do the tiniest little wing. I just feel like my eyes go down a little bit, so I want to bring them up. Remember the time when everyone used to bake their faces? I was always too dry to do that, but I use the Veil Hourglass one. This product is my holy grail. It's the Chanel Transparent Balm. Put it on my hand. It just makes you look dewy and sweaty, but in like the best way ever. My eye still goes down a little, okay? So what I do is I use individual lashes. Ardell lashes, they have carried me through very tough times. I've cried them off after dates. I've accidentally showered with them. I usually do like a 12 at the end and then a 10. I use the Duo Glue. I use the black one. I don't do the clear because a lot of the times I feel like you can kind of see it. Grab a lash, dip it. It just gives you like a little lift. We're gonna move on to lips. I'm just gonna wipe off my lip balm. Today we're going all out. Why not? So we're gonna line our lips with chestnut. And then I drag it in a little bit at the corners. So that's what we're working on right now. Okay, now that we've done the outline, I just take my finger and smudge it just a little bit. Then I go in with a stain. It has to be like a berry color stain. We go in with the MAC Lip Glass. People always tell me that I need to bring my curls back, but what people don't realize is that I had really bad eczema on my scalp and it used to flake, and then I lost so much hair along the hairline and the top of my head that I could not slick my hair back anymore, and wearing it curly girls know it's a process, and I didn't really have the mental capability to do that with all the eczema on my hands. So I figured out that I just needed to chop it off and straighten it because it would help my scalp eczema and just everything in general and make me feel a lot more confident in myself. Let's end it with a little bit of fragrance. This Maison Margiela Beach Walk one, so good. This is my final look. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you around.